I'm going to teach you the only candlestick pattern you really need to know to succeed in trading. We are all familiar with this pattern right here. That is uh, basic, structures that we've all seen. It does this on any time frame. So I'm going to show you on weekly candles, daily candles, and we're going to go with some intraday stuff as well. So if you'll stick with me just a little while, I'll explain this to you pretty clear best I can. So let's say that we're in this candle, okay? So the function that is running this is two candles back, right? So that's what we're going to focus on. The current candle, we're going to say this was our current candle, and then we focus on two candles back, okay? So this is the level that it put in to make it trade. This bar in the center right here, that bar there is pretty much, you call it a placeholder. It was going up and now it's a different math and it's kind of interrupting it but not really changing it. And then we have our next bar over what we're calling our current bar for this pattern here. We could say this would be an odd or an even, and this could be the opposite, and then we go back to the same thing. So this could be a 1, this could be a 2, this could be a 3, this could be a 2, and this could be a 3, and this could be a 4. It doesn't really matter. That's the same thing that's happening with all of my Litecoin strategies, and I'm going to teach you about the function of that. When the week starts out, we have Monday opening up. So with this 2-bar back theory, we could say that this will be our current bar. In the previous example, I was using a 4-hour time frame. It was on Bitcoin, and it's telling you that you have a bar up, the interrupting bar, and then the bar reactive coming back down. So this will be our first bar, and we'll look 2 bars back for the trade level. You understand what I'm trying to get at there? So we have Monday, we're ignoring Friday, we're focusing on Thursday. We're not totally ignoring it, but I'm just saying this to get you to understand the function of what it is that I'm doing. So we can take, if I can get this thing to work, it'll be fine. We can ignore the bar there, right? So if we just look on Monday, this would be Monday, day 1, and we'll be looking back here 2 bars back. So in some cases, when you keep counting from 1 to 5 in a 5-bar week, and you go from last week into this week, and you keep counting, 1 becomes 6. So 5 and 6 would be a kind of reacting factor in this, and so this will be bar 4, 5, and bar 6. So Monday is bar 1 and bar 6 sometimes because of mathematical functions. So we'll just leave it at that. And 2 bars back is what caused this trade, okay? So we'll say that now the day is Tuesday, and what we'll focus on is 2 bars back, right? Let's make sure that make sure everybody can see that good. And so we are Tuesday, and we will be looking and ignoring Monday. So we'll be on Tuesday. Tuesday will be our bar. Again, just to reiterate, this is Monday, bar 1 or bar 6, 2 bars back. We're Tuesday, bar 2 or bar 7, and this will be 5, and then this will be 7 in that perspective. So odd numbers. That would be Tuesday reacting to Friday, and we are ignoring Monday's function here, if I can get that to work again. So we're ignoring Monday and using Friday's levels on Tuesday in that perspective. So when we come on down here again, we'll be in Wednesday. So we'll be in Wednesday looking for 2 bars back. All right. We can see that level right there happened in Monday. So we're Wednesday ignoring Tuesday and looking for Monday's levels. So bar we're in, 2 bars back. All right. And then let's say that we would be in Thursday. Right? So we're going to ignore Wednesday and look 2 bars back at Tuesday. And we can see how it changed and did this right here. We'll take this out for a moment. And so if we are in Thursday looking 2 bars back, we're sort of ignoring the previous day there, which is Wednesday. So Thursday ignores Wednesday, trades off Tuesday. So now We'll take that and we'll say that we'll be in bar 5 Friday. And we'll ignore Thursday and look back to Wednesday. We'll take this off here since we already showed the example there. And we'll say that these are Wednesday's levels and we are ignoring Thursday. Bar 5 reacts to bar 3. I hope this is making sense to you pretty good. Let's say now, because we were just Friday, we would be focusing on, whoops, let's put that back there. We would be focusing on, this is going to be my little piece. I have to move that really quick. I'll show you what I'm doing with that. But we'll be bar 1 or bar 6 reacting to bar 4, right? And so we're ignoring Friday and we're looking back across towards Thursday and we are trading off of these levels, ignoring Friday. So Monday would be our current bar and we would be looking for levels to trade off of or potentially trade 2 bars back. So here's our 3-bar pattern that I was talking about in the beginning. And so we will try to work our way on through this. We would say it would be, if I can get that to work. Since we were just using Monday, we'll now focus on Tuesday. We'll look at 2 bars back. Let's clean this up just to make it clear, which would be Friday. All right. And so if Tuesday comes in and rejects and starts coming down and rejects the close of itself here, you're sort of not quite getting a high of day trade there, but you can see what it's trying to do. But nonetheless, it runs back 2 bars back, Tuesday shorts, and hits Friday's level, 2 bars back. All right, and so now we would be over here, and it would be Wednesday, and we're just walking ourselves through this. And so we would be looking 2 bars back. What do we have over here? Monday, Wednesday, 3 and 1, odd numbers. We are now ignoring Tuesday and focusing on Monday. Why? Current bar we would be in, 2 bars back. Okay, so now we would be Thursday, ignoring Wednesday, and this is a short week, so short days, whatever. Well, it doesn't really have to be perfect, and but for the most part, it will actually do pretty well. We can see these under and over type. It kind of came down, used these levels, and came over here. So we would be, what day was this? This would be Wednesday, switching to Friday, but nonetheless, it's missing something, and so we would be looking 2 bars back, right? So we get our level, 2 bars back. We'll delete these just to clear this up, and so we'll be in this bar, rejecting this level, coming back towards these levels, 2 bars back. All right, we'll get these cleaned up just to make it flow a little easier. Now we will be in this particular day looking 2 bars back. All right, what does it give us? These hourly closing levels across there, 2 bars back. Current bar you would be in, 2 bars back. This is a mathematical function. This does it for everything, and I'm going to show you how to do this with the week for the people that are still following along and have not bailed out on the video, which I'm sure there's some people that would, but nonetheless, so we would be Tuesday focusing on 2 bars back, right? You see how that's working? It's repetitive. Bar you're in, 2 bars back. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and show you this. If we take this weekly candle, let's leave it over here for a second. We take this weekly candle and we look 2 bars back. This is the 3rd bar in that week. 3, getting hit in the 3rd bar of this week. 3, like kind numbers, 2 bars back. So whether this bar would be an even or an odd, this one will be the opposite, and then this one right here would be the same kind. It's just how it is. If you pay attention, this would be odd, even, odd, even, odd, and then this will be odd, but if you're counting in 2 sets of 5, that would be 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you would go into 10. And so what we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I can get this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it will be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we're in this week. We are ignoring the center week and looking 2 bars back. This week, ignoring this week, looking 2 bars back. You see the level? You see how we came to it? So we could see how in this, also in this week, this is a 1, and then we have a 3 that is all the way over here like this. It's the highest 1 hour level in the 3. But I'm sure we could have matched it up inside of this one. We're ignoring it at the moment, right? So as you can see, it's still honoring the entire mathematicals behind it. So we can see how if we would have just, let me take this off. And then, so 3 bars back. Now, what do we have in the day? On the third day of this week, hitting the third day, 2 bars back. It comes down. Let me clean this up really quick here where I was doing some stuff today. Wow, there's a bunch of stuff there, I guess. So, nonetheless, when we hit the level, it was in a 4-hour time frame. We looked 2 hours back. This would be our, we would want the bar to close so that we could see the reaction. We would be in the new bar right here. And then we would then jump 2 bars back, and then we would bring that level over. And so we would see it hitting and reacting to that level 2 bars back. The new bar closed, opened the next bar, new 4-hour rejected the high, and ran 2 bars back. It did not all the way hit the bottom there, but you can see how that function would have worked right there. And so we can go to a lower time frame. Let's just kind of walk through every bit of it really quick. So we would be in the first bar. Now we're in the third one. So this will be our third bar. That's all we need for the function on the 3-hour. 2 bars back. There's level. You fell it, right? And this is the high of the day, the open of the day. It gapped down, and you can see that we came over. Let's fix that. We can come over with that, and we hit. Let's see. So this is our bar 1. So we can focus on odds and evens if we want, or we can just walk our way through it a different way, which we can get it, which I've kind of been doing for this example. So bar 3 reacted, came down. This will be my low bar hitting the level. My new 3-hour bar is right here. 2 candles back. If we drew that across, it was basically the same exact level. It's barely missing it, but it's doing it right there. And so 2 bars back. Let's go to a lower time frame. See what happens here. Well, same way when this bar opened up here, it ran to levels 2 bars back. Let's go to the 1-hour time frame. 2 bars back from this candle. It hit that. When we came over here and we were going to short down and continue this level down, when we got into this hour, 2 hours back, right? And so 30-minute time frame. If we go up here to the top where the short happened from the high of the day, we've got 2 bars back. We have a level. We can also come down here for where we came up into this point while we're on this time frame and mark 2 candles back. All right, come down to the 15-minute time frame. What happened? Well, if we're in this top candle touching the line, 2 candles back. There's my high. And if I'm breaking down and it starts to move, it comes down, and now we're in this new candle, this big dump candle here. We go 2 bars back. There's a level. It's the gap down level. It hit center, basically, of where it gapped down. It hit center of the gap, came on down. We could do the same thing right in here with 2 candles back. Doesn't really come up so clear. We'll go down to the 5-minute time frame to walk through this. Now, since we're going to clean this up, since you've seen my examples, we don't really need these examples at the moment. All right. So there's a really good perspective I can help you with here. Let's see what time the high was over here. Um, 8 o'clock came in, right? And if we're talking 10-minute candles, we can view that on the 5-minute time frame pretty easy. We can we can view the bar itself, and we can see down here at the bottom of the screen, it's 8 o'clock. So that's a 5-minute bar that when the hour opened, that is a new 10-minute bar open, a new hour, 30-minute, 15, everything. But we're focusing on 5 minutes and 10-minute time blocks for this example. So we would have this candle, and the next candle would be my 10-minute pattern. So I would need to focus on this is taking 2 bars for 10 minutes. So if I have to skip one and call it and look back for 3 bars back, I would have to start from here and go 1, 2. So that tells me that my levels can be down in here, that it can run to in that perspective. Now it dumps down, gives me some more, which is fine. So we have, let's see, let's go to, come to this section over here. We did a little swing failure pattern. Let's see what time it is. It is 8:20. So this is a 10-minute section from 8:15 to 8:20 and 8:20 to 8:25 coming over. So these are my 2 candles in a 10-minute perspective. We can go back a couple candles and look for levels. So if 8:20, I'm looking back towards 8:10. So let's find 8:10's levels. 8:05, 8:10 closing into it. And so now there's our high, right? And so we can, in this perspective as well, we can look 2 candles back. We could have pulled a fib on this, drug it over and seen that. I don't really do that stuff, but nonetheless, here's your pattern again on the 5-minute, 2 candles back, dump, right? And so we can keep coming over here and doing this stuff as we're working our way through. But let's go up here on the 1-minute time frame and just continue this perspective just to prove a point here. All right. Well, if we delete this just for clarity, we could say that when we hit this and we could be reacting to this, we could look 2 levels back. 1, 2. There it is. If we come down and we are in this candle, we can look 2 candles back. We can be looking in 5-minute periods of, we could call this 9 o'clock open, and we can look for a previous 5-minute candle time period, a 10-minute time period, a 20-minute time period. We can look for all kinds of stuff. We'll get to that in another video. But you can see how the high, 2 candles back, is the levels that the next candle actually rejected from. So it's the current candle you're in, 2 candles back. If you think you have a trade, all you have to do is find your perspective and your area that you're looking for. Know what time frame you're paying attention to. The candle you're looking at, 2 candles back. Because of odds and evens. Now that could be an odd bar or it can be an even bar. Whether it be the 1 minute, it could be any time frame. Bar you're in, 2 bars back. And so that gives us the option to know that that's either an odd or an even number. And so when we go to the next one, we would be switching the mathematical boundaries to a different mathematical from whichever it would be, and then switching back over and reacting. So this could be an odd, even, odd. This could be an even, odd, even. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much how it is. It just keeps happening over and over and over. It does it everywhere. We can really get down to some very specific, very specific stuff, which I can't yet until you guys understand. But I just walked you through how to do this on the daily time frame, on the intradays, walking you through all the daily candles in intra-week levels. And then I did the daily levels all the way through this. And then I ended up doing the intraday levels and walking you through this entire section with the exact same perspective that I walked you through every bit of this. I did not change what I said. I did not change the function. I walked you through every bit of this. Bar you're in, 2 bars back. Ignore the middle bar. That's it. Like kind numbers. I'm going to walk you guys through a bunch of this stuff and teach you guys how to do it. So you got to get this in your head. You got to understand the bar you're in, 2 bars back. Okay? The bar you're in, 2 bars back. The bar you are in, 2 bars back. You understand?